Man, oh man. Venom: The Last Dance. What is happening, guys? Back at you with another video. So we got the long-awaited finale to the Venom trilogy with Venom: The Last Dance. But did Venom put on a great performance for his last outing? So when it comes to Venom: The Last Dance, I went to this movie not really having high expectations or really any high hopes really for this movie. I just wanted to go into this movie, get some entertainment, maybe a fun time out of it like I do with the other Venom movies. And you know, when it comes to the other Venom movies, like I said, they're kind of fun, they're kind of entertaining. It's not like I rewatch those movies a whole lot. You know, I've probably seen the first Venom movie like maybe 3 or 4 times and only seen the Carnage one like 2 times maybe. So they're not movies I go back to rewatch, but you know, I do have some entertainment, some kind of fun with them. So really, when I was going into this movie for Venom: The Last Dance, I just wanted to get that same thing, you know, just give me some entertainment, give me some fun with this to where I don't feel like I wasted my money watching this. And really with this movie, kind of continues that whole tradition of having Eddie Brock and Venom. Their dynamic between them is still a highlight in this movie. Just the banter and the banter between them is just funny between them, and how crazy they drive each other. Like, it's always been a highlight of the all the Venom movies. So it continues to be a highlight in this movie. It was always fun seeing them, you know, back and forth, their banter, how crazy they drive each other. Now, I said before, I don't mind this version of Venom, but I would like to see a villainous Venom. Like, I really want to see that. You know, this Venom is fun, like I said before, but I really want to see, hopefully sometime in the future, or maybe something, we could be able to see a villainous Venom go up against Spider-Man. And really the main thing with this movie, like getting out of this movie after watching it, the main thing I would say about this movie is that I basically got what I wanted. For the most part, I got what I wanted. Like, I got some entertainment. I got a little fun out of it. You know, it was kind of a fun time. It's definitely a messy movie. It's a messy movie, but it's kind of a fun, dumb mess. You know, you have fun with it. You get a little entertainment out of it. Now, I wouldn't say I love this movie or anything like that, but I don't hate it either. You know, I'm down the middle on this movie. I wasn't disappointed with my time with it. I gotta confess a little bit to where a small part of me is actually kind of glad that this is the last Venom movie we're going to get. At least supposedly it's going to be the last Venom movie that we're going to get, or you know, Tom Hardy's last portrayal as this character of Eddie Brock and Venom. So supposedly we'll see what happens in the future if we are getting any other movies of Venom or the Venom character comes back somehow. But as of right now, this is the finale to the whole Venom trilogy, and like I'm saying, a small part of me is kind of glad that it's ending already. Now, I'm not going to say I won't miss these characters. I mean, maybe a small part of them will miss them, but, you know, we still have the other movies to go back and fall back on and watch it if you want to get that, you know, banter between them and all that and all those funny moments. But like I was saying, a small part of me is kind of glad that this movie trilogy is already ending. Now, don't get me wrong, these are movies that I get, you know, fun entertainment out of, but like I said, I don't go back to rewatch them a whole lot. And yes, whenever a new Venom movie comes out, I do go check it out and just see what's up with it, give it a chance. I'm glad they were able to get their trilogy out there, you know, get their 3 movies out there, but, you know, part of me is kind of glad that we're going to be kind of done with these movies a little bit. Speaking of the fun and entertaining parts of this movie, I feel like the humor was a hit and miss for this movie. You know, there were some parts in here that felt a little bit too forced when it comes to the humor and comedy in here, and it kind of borderlines on cringiness a little bit in here a couple of times here and there. I mean, it was able to get a couple of laughs, a couple of chuckles out of me here and there, but it does come close and it kind of borderlines cringiness a couple of times, and it almost does feel like it's dumb fun also at different times throughout the movie. Like I said, these are just fun entertainment movies that I just go to be able to get that. But you kind of laugh at how dumb they are, like how some of the parts in here are dumb. You kind of laugh at that. You kind of laugh at how cringy it gets a little bit also. I'll say for me, the best part of the movie is probably the whole third act. We get like this whole big old battle. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but we do get like a big old battle in the third act. And, you know, you get some good action here and there. You know, there's a lot of fun. I'll say the third act is a lot of fun, especially what they were able to do and certain things they were able to do. It's just a lot of fun being able to see this whole big old battle go on. There was a couple of times in here where it felt like a little bit too much was going on, or we were doing too many like side quests and kind of deviating from like the main story. We got all these side characters that had some, something about them. They had their own little side thing kind of going on, and it was just weird at times be able to witness that in the movie. Temple plays this scientist in the movie, and she has like this tragic backstory. It doesn't really dive deep into it, but it's a little flashback, and they kind of show you what happened, this whole tragic backstory that she has, and the reason why she's doing everything she does in the movie. And I just felt like it was kind of unnecessary because it didn't really play a big part into like the whole main story of the movie. You honestly felt like you could have cut that whole part out, her whole motivation, her whole tragic backstory. If it was cut out, the story in the movie still would have played out the same. So it just felt a little unnecessary to have all that go on in there. And a couple other things in here too with some other characters, not just her, but there's a couple other things in here that it just felt like a little unnecessary. They could have cut a little bit of stuff, make it a little bit tighter on some parts. And when it came down to it, they tried to have some heartfelt moments in this movie. They, especially towards the end, where I'm not going to say what happens, but they try to pluck at your heartstrings a little bit, and they try to have these heartfelt moments that are kind of thrown in there throughout the movie. But I don't know, I couldn't really connect with them. Maybe just because I don't know. Like I do like these movies, kind of like these movies for the most part, like I said before. But when it comes down to it, I guess I don't really connect with this character or have like strong feelings for this character of Eddie Brock or in Venom, or at least this version of them. So with those heartfelt moments that they were trying to do in the movie, I couldn't really connect with them. They didn't really catch on to me, so I didn't really feel anything towards those moments. And if you're wondering about Noel, because they showed him off in the trailers, they basically saying that he's going to be in here. Don't expect a whole lot from him. Really don't. Like, he does make an appearance in the movie, but as far as that, there's nothing more really going on. You hear him talk, you kind of get an exposition on him and things like that. But he doesn't really show up in this movie a whole lot. There's not really too much with his character specifically. So don't go into this movie expecting that you're going to get a full-blown appearances and full-blown thing going on with Noel. You're not really going to get that in this movie. There is 2 post-credits scenes, so stick around for that. There's 2 of them. When it comes down to it, well, I miss the character of Eddie Brock in Venom, or, I miss Tom Hardy as Venom. Maybe a small part of me will. Maybe I'll, like to see him again as the character, maybe, but that time will tell. Time will tell if I end up missing him. Like I said, I'm glad they were able to at least get their trilogy, get their 3 movies in and out, and be able to finish that out. And at least we got a characterization of Venom in these movies that is at least a decent version. It's a fun, entertaining version of the character of Venom and Eddie Brock and the whole banter they have between them, the whole dynamic between them and all that. It's fun and entertaining. But time will tell if I will actually miss these movies. Like I was saying, a small part of me is kind of glad that we're going to be able to finish with these movies and that the trilogy's pretty much done now, that we might not be able to get any more movies with these characters. But I might miss them eventually, we'll see how it actually plays out, At least they got their movies out, and at least we were able to get a somewhat fun and entertaining version of Venom. It's just, it baffles me, and it's kind of amazing to me that to say the Venom movies are the better part of this whole Sony spin-off villain anti-hero movies that they've been giving us over the past few years. It just baffles me and amazes me to say that the Venom movies are actually the better part of that whole universe, or all those movies that they've been putting out. It's just amazing. And it's funny to me that they are. That honestly, I can confidently say that they are the better movies in this whole Sony adjacent Spider-Man universe villains, whatever they want to call this piece of crap universe they're calling it, whatever. But yeah, overall, this movie was fun and entertaining. It's definitely not great by any means. I at least did not feel like I wasted my time with this movie. I kind of got what I was expecting from this movie, so I can at least say that much about it. And just some of the things they did in this movie. We'll just see what happens in the future and how everything pans out. But let me know down in the comments below. Did you check out this movie? Man, what a movie. But what a trilogy too. What a trilogy. But did y'all check out this movie? Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on it. But that's going to do it all for this video. Hopefully y'all all enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe and turn notifications on so you know I post another video. Hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you on the next one.